Poor Guentzel. Poor Guentzel.
Hello and welcome to Post to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey. My name's Neil, this is Justin, we're back here for another video, and this is a bit of a controversial topic because it just happened last night, and that is the Ristolainen Hit on Guentzel. So there's been a lot of speculation, there's been a lot of talk about this on Sportsnet, TSN, other YouTube channels, Facebook, it's all over the place right now. And because the hit was very questionable, there's a lot of things to discuss about this hit, and we're going to do this in the most broad, respectful, unbiased way possible, hopefully, even though you're a Pittsburgh fan.
Yeah.
We're not saying that we're right in our opinions. I don't even know what your opinion is, but we're not saying we're right. This is just a completely, this is just a discussion. And that's the whole point of this video. It's just a discussion to discuss all points of the hit, and it's not only a discussion between us, it's a discussion between you guys in the comments as well, or how you feel. And before we begin, let us know what you think of the hit. So first off, let's take a look at it. Regardless of whether he had the puck or didn't, he clearly didn't have the puck, but regardless if he ended up having the puck, Ristolainen had to go into that situation knowing that that was going to be a dangerous hit, because he's not looking. And when you have a player coming at you at that speed and you're going from a backward skate to a dead stop to hit him and he's not looking, regardless if he has the puck or not, that's a hit that's going to be on the edge. So in the split second moment when he made the decision to hit him, that had to go through his mind. Is this a good idea or not? And in my opinion, he made the wrong decision. Now, the other thing is, did he leave his feet? And this is something that people have been arguing about a lot. Someone said that he definitely left his feet. Like, are you crazy? He definitely left his feet. And then other people said it looks like he left his feet after the hit happened, just because of the collision. He kind of like bounced up. From my perspective and my opinion, I think he left the ice after the hit. I don't think he intentionally jumped up to do it, but it's kind of hard to see from the video, so I'm not saying I'm right. That's just kind of what I think. I don't think Ristolainen meant to hurt him. Like I don't think he went into that and be like, oh my god, I'm gonna knock this kid out and make his face bloody and send him out of this game. Like, screw this kid. A little tiny part of me thinks that maybe that kind of went on his head a little bit, but I don't think he hasn't been known to do that in the past, and he's young too.
Right.
I don't think that I don't think he did it intentionally, but regardless of everything I just said, it was a disrespectful hit. It was a dangerous hit, and it's a hit that shouldn't be in the game. I love big, huge hits, clean hits. But that is not a clean hit. That shouldn't be in the game. That's just going to cause injury like it did last night. And how do you feel about it?
Well, I'll start by saying poor Guentzel just can't catch a break. In the outdoor game, Manning hit him very similar to what happened last night, and that resulted in Manning being suspended 2 games. Now, I was watching that game last night. Very rare I miss a Penguins game, and when that hit occurred, I legit sat up in my chair and basically was screaming at the TV, because right away I said, wow, he's not carrying the puck. Like, what's going on here? You could argue that it was, as you termed it earlier, a suicide pass in a lot of ways, because Guentzel was kind of watching the play going on behind him, so he wasn't really paying attention to what was happening up ice in front of him. And at that time, Ristolainen had already committed to the hit. And I think a part of him was thinking the puck was going to make its way through that zone, that area, and it was going to end up on Guentzel's stick, but it didn't. And then therefore, okay, you can argue till you're blue in the face. Well, geez, it's at least clear interference, first of all, on the play. But at the same time, I was happy with what they did. They gave him a 5 in a game immediately. Guentzel had a clear laceration on his face. That was probably from the visor being kind of pushed inward from the hit. But just dealing with the hit itself, do you really need to come in with that amount of force, open ice like that, to deliver a hit to somebody in that predicament, especially when they're not even watching the play going on in front of them? Now, as he's coming into Guentzel, clearly he must see that, this kid has his head turned almost completely behind him and has no idea I'm about to nail him and rock his world, right? And I'm also in agreement that he didn't leave his feet on the hit. He left his feet after the contact was made with Guentzel just because of the collision, to keep his balance, that sort of thing. Was it a dirty hit? In my opinion, yes. But then some people can argue and say, well, geez, if that's a dirty hit, how did Scott Stevens have an entire NHL career, right? Because he was known for those hits his whole career. And then when Guentzel tried to get up off the ice and he fell down, oh man, I felt so bad for the kid.
Yeah, it was so hard to watch.
Yeah, it was very, very hard to watch. It's already out that he does have a concussion. And based off that hit, to me, I think he'll miss significant time. And if Pittsburgh were smart, just keep him out the rest of the season. They have 9 or 10 games left. What's the point? Rest that kid up for the playoffs. And he was really coming into his own too, playing with Sheary and Crosby. He was starting to put up real solid numbers. And then you go and have like an irresponsible hit like that, and suddenly, hey, the rest of his season's in complete jeopardy. And it's crap like that just annoys me so much. And not just because it was a Penguins player on the receiving end. I mean, Sestito had his incident not that long ago as well, and I was not for that.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that they just need to get out of the game, because there's just so many players going down with concussions now that we as fans and NHL as a league know more about concussions, how they're caused, and simple ways to avoid them. And this was just a completely unnecessary hit. But I will argue that a hit in a predicament like that is not necessarily a bad thing. But a hit of that magnitude in a situation like that, my goodness. At a certain point, you have to ask yourself, where's the respect level from player to player, is it necessary to hit a guy that hard?
Yeah, and that was the thing for me. Oof. It was a disrespectful hit. Oof. Regardless if he had the puck or he didn't.
Yeah, what a collision.
And, I mean, there's lots of things you could argue here. You could argue interference. You could argue roughing. You could argue... I don't know. It could be a multitude of different things. I think that the refs made the decision, kicked him out of the game, gave him a 5 or whatever.
It was a smart thing to do because I really think somebody on Pittsburgh would have said, you know what, you're going to pay for that. Yeah. And they would have went after him. Stuff would have just become insanely stupid in the game and things would have got way out of hand. So kudos to them for the 5 in the game immediately, getting him out of there. That was the right decision to make. And to me, no tempers really flared after that. And things really settled down. But what surprised me the most was Guentzel wasn't knocked out. He wasn't far from it.
Yeah.
But my goodness, I put myself in that predicament. I would have been out cold, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what I've read about concussions. If in the few moments after you get hit by whatever, whether you're playing hockey or whether you're falling off the bed, if you lie there and let the concussion set in and stuff and just relax, apparently that's bad. The concussion takes over you more.
Right.
If you get up or try to look around and try to stay active mentally and stuff, apparently the symptoms are way less. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I read. So like I said, I don't know if that's true or not, but it could, and Guentzel tried to get up right away and move around and stuff. So is that a good thing? Who knows? It's regardless, it's a disrespectful hit, and it excuse me. It surprises me because Ristolainen knows how much of a push there's been on safety in the NHL recently. There's been so many suspensions and so many injuries for unnecessary plays. The fact that he would make the decision to do that, whether he had the puck or didn't, it's disrespectful and it's unacceptable in my eyes. And now we can kind of close the video out by saying what we think the punishment will be. So what do you think? Will he get anything? Will he get a couple of games? What do you think?
I'm going to say 2. That's going to be what I think will happen from this.
I'm thinking 1.
1?
Same as Tkachuk, I mean. Yeah, because I think he's a first-time offender, and
yeah, if
he's
he
young.
does have past offenses, I'm unaware of them.
Yeah, and I heard someone say the argument. This just goes back to the Kachuk hit the other night. That I think this was a TSN analyst guy. Said that punishment should be greater for younger guys to, kind of like a huge slap on the wrist and be
Right.
like, stop this early in your
Yep.
career. And I thought that was completely stupid. How can you penalize someone who's 21 for an elbow because I give him 10 games or something like that for a 21-year-old? The same elbow by a 35-year-old and you get a game. That doesn't make sense to me. I think that's ridiculous. It doesn't matter how old you are. You have to give the same punishment. It has to be consistent. So I guess that doesn't really say anything much about Ristolainen. I don't know. I think he's going to at least get a game. And he could get 2, like you said. He could get 5. Who knows? I think we'll find out maybe tomorrow morning or tonight.
Yeah, it won't be far off.
Yeah. So let us know below what you think of the hit. Like we said at the beginning of the video, we're not saying we're right or wrong or anything. It's completely subjective. This is just a discussion. It's all about communication. So what do you guys think of the hit? Do you think it was clean? Do you think it was dirty? How many games do you think he'll get if he gets suspended at all? And otherwise, thank you very much for watching this video. We really appreciate it. And if you want to contact Justin, where can they find you?
At JustinTheMan87 on Twitter.
And you can find me on Twitter at Post2Post Otherwise, like I said, thank you for watching this video. We hope you hit the subscribe button below. We're making lots of videos here. And we'll see you in the next one. Adios.